Oh dear, dearie me. Hello everybody, hello. Welcome to Lazy Mini Painting. I am Laz and I am up to here with doing electronics. I really am. They're confusing. Don't know what I'm doing. Didn't know what I was doing to start with. Thought I had a rough idea. Apparently I don't. I should hopefully be telling it I can come and join you all in portrait mode now. Just until it all gets started up properly. This does also mean I've got to lower my volume as well. Ha 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 ha. Remember that bit. And then I can come and see how everyone is doing over in portrait mode. Until my little chat box catches up anyway. Now I know I am a little bit early by about half an hour. So I am sorry if anyone was, pardon me, waiting for the 9:30 start. He's not starting at 9:30 tonight, it's starting at 9. Because I have a lot of testing to do. And I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to, I've had a look at videos, but let's face it, I watched a video and that told me how to do this and I've had problems. So maybe not the best. Let's get this out. And the two speakers. So then I can check everything properly. Because I think it's either the lead that I'm pulling out now, this one. I think it might be this lead. I am early, Graham. I am early. Because I've got a lot of voltage and circuitry stuff to test. And I'm not sure how. I mean, I've watched videos, so I've got a rough idea. Now, apparently, well, it doesn't really matter which. Actually, yes, it does. Right, so I've got a voltmeter. Apparently, I'm supposed to click it over to that one. And then when I do, I can. Which way around do these go? I can touch one on there and one on there. And it's not going to tell me anything because... Oh no, it is going to tell me something. But I might be catching two things there. So let's try it again with just touching. Just touching the two. So that's working. No. Wait a minute. No, I just completely got that wrong. It's supposed to be those two. See, this is why I started early. See, that's just going up and up and up and up and up. And they're not even touching anything, look. They are not touching anything. Good evening, Lee. Good evening. So how am I supposed to test something when that's happening? Okay, these are not testing a damn. These aren't touching. No, right. Two separate wires, completely separate. All right. It's on 80 voltage. Now, do I have to actually plug the board in? Let's turn that off because that doesn't look right. See, that's jumping all over the place. And I have no idea why. So good evening, Lee. Good evening. I know you did quite well on the old race last night. Was it last night? Yeah, it was last night. See, how's that supposed to tell me anything? I'm even on the right thing. Let's try ohms. I've no idea if that's going to be right. It does say you can test it with this. So there's something going through there. But only half the amount going through there. And it's basically the same bloody thing, so... Again, 0.5. 0.5. Is that no read because I went the wrong way around? No, you see, it's not reading that one. So is it this one that's gone? See, it could be that one. Lang, hello, hello. Okay, bye bye. Bye bye. I'm testing the entire circuit board, Lee. I'm testing everything, and I don't entirely know what I'm doing. So, if anyone wishes to tell me, no, Laz, you're completely doing that wrong, mate. You need to do that and that and that, and change it over and that over and that over. Then by all means, tell me. Tell me. I'm testing because I'm not getting power through, Lee. I'll tell you what, I'll show you what I mean. I'll start off with what the issue is, and then hopefully somebody can help me from there, because the YouTube videos weren't neither using a bloody ornament. Right, let's look at the power lead, which I believe also currently has something else plugged in. Which is not good, because it doesn't stretch far enough to reach over to my chair. Now it does just about, but I've got to swivel my chair around so I can poke it through the arm and it holds in place. Or holds in place to a degree anyway. Come on. All I need to do is make sure I can plug it in. If I can plug it in, then I'm alright. Jackson! Hello, Jackson! Welcome in, mate. Love, I don't know what you've... Male, female, I don't know what people are with screen names. But thank you for coming either way. Right, I have the 3.5mm jack. But where has the USB gone? Let's face it, losing that USB is not good, because that is the only one I have that's got the DC connector. So where on earth has that gone? Now I purposely tried to keep it close by so I didn't lose it. But guess what's happened? I've kept it close by and I've blooming lost it. That's just a standard USB lead. That's no good. Well, it's a USB-C, so it's probably alright, but is that it? There we are. So we have the USB to DC. So now we pop the USB into the USB lead. Right. So the issue is, I suppose I might as well set it up first. So we have a connection lead here. It goes in there. And that same connection lead comes over and goes in there. Okay. Simple enough, yeah? Straightforward. No worries, Ali. We'll see you soon. Oh, I can minimize that now because it makes that bigger and I can read off everything then. So that's the two boards. Now, if I plug said board in here, see, I get a light on. And I'm also supposed to get lights on here as well. Now, the annoying thing is, if I play about with this wire a bit, I usually get, see, there you go. Some of the LEDs are working slightly. Which is what's making me think it's actually the connectors here. That's what's making me think it's them. Because I'm obviously getting power through there, because I'm getting a little flashy Bluetooth light. Turn Bluetooth off, it stops. Turn Bluetooth on, it works. Alright, turn power off in general, which is this little button down here, and then power back on. It works again. See? So definitely power going through it and some of the circuitry's working. But I'm not getting anything really through to it. See, there we go. I'm just playing about with the connection there. And unless it's these connections, which it could be, let's face it, I could have just not connected that right. But there you go, see? Those lights will intermittently coming on. So it's either something to do with this connector, which I have redone since. So I've redone the connections. No worries, Twist. I hope it does get sorted quite soon. I really do hope it gets sorted quite soon. So it's either this connector here, this connector here, because obviously if it's not quite coming through from here, right, then it's not going to get through to this end, right? Oh, cool, you can still chat with phones, that's good. So just for the sake of it, I'm going to turn the leads round. All right. And this time I'm going to, now if I, yeah, still if I jiggle about with that, I do get, but none of these come up. It's just this one strip of reds that actually activates slightly. So you can see there's definitely something wrong there. Definitely something wrong. Yes, and I'm live. Thank you for telling me. And what I will also do is I will unmute my phone so it doesn't go beep, 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 beep. So what I need to do is find out which one's working and which one isn't, and whether or not it's the actual lead. Because if it's the lead, what I might have to do is, see, because they're very wobbly. They are very wobbly and they are moving quite a bit. So is it a case of I need to reset these on both ends, which is a possibility, or is there something wrong with the board? Now for it to get all the way along here tells me that there's at least power getting through all these, they're just not turning on. So it may end up be I've got to reseat all my LEDs. But I'm not sure how I test this. How would I test this? No worries, Twisted, no worries. But thank you for coming in. So I know it is on this DC bit. I know it's supposed to be on there. Voltage, yeah, okay. But how am I supposed to test? I mean, obviously this is plugged into the wall, so I'm going to have to be extra bloody careful. And try and make sure I get my positives and negatives the right way around. That might have been the wrong way around. $3.15. So there's definitely power coming through there. And that might be the wrong way around. Okay. So if I now plug this in and test the same two, which will be these N2. Sorry, I can't even get this under there. Which will be these N2. Plug this into the board. The right way around, and it's going to be the other N2, the other ones that I thought it. So it's going to be these N2. And then we want to find out if we're getting power through them. Got one on there, and hopefully without touching, get one in there. And that's coming up with 11. And I'm going to reverse it round just to make sure I did get it the right way around. So I don't want to touch the actual tips together. And as you can see, it's a very small little connection, so it's not being fun for me. So I'm actually just going to hold that one down like that. I guess 9.9. Yeah, 9.9. So there's definitely power coming through the lead. Okay. So there's definitely power going through that lead. So now plug that in there. And at some point along here, it should tell me where the positive and... Right, so negative and positive. No idea if I've got these the right way around. 11.8 coming through. Swap them around just to make sure I have got the positives and negatives the right way around. And about 8. Give or take. So there's definitely something not going through. Problem is I'm not sure how to test from here. Which makes it fun, doesn't it? It makes it really fun. I mean, it doesn't tell me when I've got like a couple of 100 volts just going through the air around me. That's rather worrying. And there should be nothing coming through there, but there is. And then resistors. I think it's supposed to be that one. No. No. So I might be wrong again. I might have to check the voltage. Oh, that doesn't seem right to me. Okay, so that's saying 50 volts. That's saying 92, so there's definitely something going through them. $108, okay. This is getting worrying because these are going up. 81, 82. I don't know if that's right. Yeah, it's alright. That makes two of us, Ali. Don't worry. I know nothing either. I know nothing. 11 through that one. That's saying 60 odd going through that one. I don't know if that's good or bad. I'm just making sure I'm getting something through each connection. The 11, 12 seems to be about average for these. Yeah, we've got 13, right. $15.8, because these are different ones that are that much. Now you moved. Oh, fuck's sake. 16.5, but you were moving. You were moving. Okay, you might need reseating and you might be the problem. See, I want a steady reading, please. A steady reading. 16.16, so about 16 on that one. 15 on that one. Let's also check and see if any move on the way while I'm at it. 14.6, so within tolerance. Oh, awesome. Are they up? I am on earlier than usual, Ali. I've got a couple of other things to do tonight. So I came on a little bit earlier because I know I had a lot of boring stuff to do. Although Graham has just told me the cats might be up. So, going to Google. ROGUESDEN space HOBBIES. Search. Looking for... Oh, you first one up. Boom. Rogues Den Hobbies. We have feline miniatures, our 32mm scale collection. Oh, the domestic cats collection, which do look fun. That's the ones on the tables, ones with the... all the ones doing things, like going into pots, scratch posts, fighting, etc. Now, those are $44.99. Obviously, code LAS10 will get you 10% off that. Not a great deal of money, £4.50, but it knocks it down to 45 instead of 50. Sorry, 40 instead of 45. It's a saving. Basically, it covers the postage. But that's for 34 cats on 33 bases, because 2 of them are fighting. But there are also the big versions. Now, these are the ones that I'm not... Oh, they're not up yet. There will be big versions coming. There will be big versions coming. Good evening, Buzzard. How you doing, mate? One of my longest subscribers and better friends on YouTube. 14.1, right. $12.4, but you're a different one. 12.5, but you're the same one as that one over there. 12.9. So we do have one here. So we have this one here that's a bit loose. And that could obviously be part of why it's not working. Yeah, I figured that might be the case of, I've got too bloody many at the minute for the 32s. Give me a chance and then I'll get the big ones up. I'm not sure which one Sparkles is going to want after the wedding, but I know she's going to want some of them. .4. So I imagine this same one next to it is about the same, but it's coming at half the value. That one's working fine. Check these. More to check that there is actually some connection. I've not messed up this one. in fairness, I'm probably better off getting the person who I borrowed this off to do this for me. Because they are... I'm not entirely... I'm just... The fact that there's a number coming up is what I'm happy with, Ali, at this moment in time. Some of these are just control units. Essentially, I just want a steady number. So there you go, 0.491 started up there. Again, it's the same. I'm not sure if that's too much or not now. But some of these numbers are going up much higher than other things that are going on around it, which makes me worry a little bit. Not too much, as long as now that I know that there's power going through the damn things. $14.86. That's a bang on 50.5. Now these are all different, so I am expecting different readings. 22.1. And this should be the lowest, I believe. Yeah, 11. So everything seems to be at least connected and getting power through. Now they're the two speaker controllers, so why is one getting a lot more power outage than the others? See, those two should be equal. Those should be equal. I did see Kathy won the giveaway, and she also gave it to somebody else. Yes, Dorito, to pass it on to other people. Which I've got to say is very kind of her. See, that's getting a very, very jumpy reading off that. A very jumpy reading off this. $87, $88, okay. But only 2.5. Now, is that because my hand's touching it, or is that the genuine reading? $4.3 seems to be the genuine reading of this. Yeah. This one's going up to like 92. So there's definitely something not coming through from this speaker port as powerful as it should. Not good. What about the two resistors? $12.8. $6.3. There seems a lot of them coming through at half the amount. half the amount. Let's just check that I'm getting actual connection off. Is that even the right one? .2. That should be the Earth then, shouldn't it? That's why it's called going nuts. Right, it's definitely struggling to read some, so there's a lot of bad connections. No, I won't get a shock because I'm smart enough. I've got an insulated rug underneath me, so I'm earthed. I'm okay. I won't get a shock off these. I'm doing well. There's very little. There's no power going through the bloody volume control, or very little power going through the volume, unless I've got that the wrong way around. Very little power going through the volume control. So I may not have the volume control on right. Okay, you've also got all these under here, as I've just noticed. .6. Let's just double check I'm not missing anything. Oh, what does the beeping mean? So there's power going through it, except for the one section that I've not tried yet, which is all of these. Kirsty, hello. It would be better off if it beeped, but I'm not sure how to do that one. I mean, I could go all the way around to the milliamps and then try. Is that the right one? Yeah, that should be AC and DC. And that's not reading anything. So it's milliamps, amps, voltage. One. Are you going to give me the same? You're going to give me 11. So why does that one give me 1 and that one give me 11? It's got 10.4 written on it. So there's something definitely wrong with this top one, because it should be not 40. Certainly not 41. It should be 10.1. Same as it's 12.7. And 40. That is like way too much. Well, as I said earlier, that's why I've got the rubber mat underneath me. Just to make sure I don't go boom. See, I've gone boom before. I don't want to go boom again. So I am quite electrically safe most of the time. I pay attention to make sure that I'm not going to go kablooey. Now, when I did go kablooey, it wasn't my fault. It was my sister's fault. Ah, you see, that burnt me then. Seven, yeah, okay. Oh, that doesn't look like it's the right connection. But that's 7 as well, okay. Yeah. That's not enough. 7.4. 7.8. That connection looks loose, that connection looks loose, and I've got a connection loose down there. Okay. No, not 11. 11's wrong. 6.2 close enough. Why are you not getting a reading? Why are you not getting a reading? I rolled 30 is way too much. All the others have come up at 7. So why haven't you come up at 7? You're coming in at 2.95. 2.9. That doesn't seem right. You're coming through at 21. You're coming through at 22. You're coming through at 64. That means that there's something going on. What do you mean? No, I did not. Yeah, I did. How old was I? I was a teenager. I had my bedroom in the loft, and I unplugged my extension lead so I could fix it, which just happened to run down into my sister's bedroom. So as I'm sat there with full metal screwdriver, so it's not even like it's an electrical screwdriver, because as far as I was concerned, it was unplugged. There was no power. So I'm sat there tinkering away, as you do, trying to fix the plug socket. My sister comes in and gets the plug and goes thunk into the wall and switch, while I'm still up above her messing around with it. I remember waking up on the other side of the room, not quite sure how much time had passed. Very tingly body, slight loss of memory, and only half a working extension lead. But I'm okay. I'm here. 20 odd years later, I'm still knocking around. I was saying 59.60. 23.20. I'm getting very, very big fluctuations on 10. I'm getting big fluctuations on these LEDs and how much is going through each one. 23 point 23 and a half, 22, 23, 22, 23. $33. 2.5. No, that's even going down even further. That's 1.8. Nah, electric fences are for wusses. Electric fences are easy. Yeah, I've been blown across the room by the mains. So which one are you? You are one. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, that one's all wonky and wobbly. That might tell me why that one's not connecting right. But the connection seems to be there. I might have to take it off and straighten out of it. 7.8. See, these are coming more towards the same end now. Fluctuating between 18 and 19, that's not good. 10.5. As long as I know there's power going through it, I can narrow it down a little bit. 2.7, that's pretty spot on as a steady reading there as well. 11.3. I mean, that's just jumped from 40 odd to 100 and I don't know what's going on with that. So that's about 2. That's 50. This is giving me some really weird readings. Am I going down the right colour here? No, I'm supposed to be doing reds, you absolute bloody idiot. 11? What's that? It's bouncing around the 5. It's bouncing around the 53 and 54. It's 53 again. But that one's only 6.5. Graham, I could really do with your help here. $11. Right, okay. See, this is what this is trying to do, Lee, but I'm not sure why it's not working. So I'm going to unplug it for a minute, because just going through what I've gone through, my idea is it's actually the lead. Leads. That would be a good idea. I did test that, but they're coming through all different types. And I can't remember them all. So at the moment I'm just looking to make sure that there's power in it. And in some cases I'm gonna try and leave some of these little bits out if I can, just to aid in the connection process, which is why I've unplugged it. I'm not that daft. I might look it, but I'm not. Because these shouldn't be jiggling that much, really. And if they are jiggling that much, then they kind of need a bit of poking out, I think. But I'm not sure how to poke them out because I don't have anything. You say it sounds like the LED. What, with the fluctuations that I'm getting in power, it sounds like the LED? So I need to... Well, how much will it cost me to reorder the LEDs? I need how many? I need 11, 22, 33, 44 of each colour. Let's click on Amazon LEDs. LED, but no LED. Lights. Let's just try LED lights. Let's give me LED strips. Don't want LED strips. Now, are these 5mm LEDs? These look like 5mm LEDs. Okay. We have more. I can order more LEDs. 10 colours. 200 pieces. 2 volt, 3.2 volt, 20 milliamps. Which kind of what I was testing a minute ago. They seem right. So we get red, white, pink, orange, yellow, purple, green, cerise, warm white and blue. Problem is I only get 10 of each. Now obviously 132, I can make it up. But I won't have enough to do the top layer of each. So if I was to do 10 red, top it with a pink. 10 orange, top it with a yellow. 10 blue, top it with a purple. 10 green. So 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I need 12 different. So I'm going to have to really. That's not going to be enough, is it? That's not going to be the right amount. Now I could go for a 500 piece, which only has 100 of each. And these look like the exact same LEDs that I'm currently using. It just means I can change a couple of them out for whites or yellows. So I could do red, yellow, and green, for instance, just to keep it in colours. And it does give me the voltage. So voltage of 3.3 to 3.2. The yellow, I don't have any yellows. Greens are 3 to 3.2 and reds are 2 to 2.2 on the voltage meter. Right. So now I've got an idea of what they're supposed to bloody be reading. Let's try again, shall we? So 3 to 3.2 for the blue and the green. And 2 to 2.2 volts for the red. Fair enough. Right, that's definitely powered up. I think I've got the red and the black wire the wrong way around. Stab myself in the face with it. That's an idiot thing to do. I think I have my red and blacks the wrong way around. So my red's actually the positive and... Sorry, the red's actually the ground and the... Yeah, the red should do where the black goes and the black should go where the red goes. I may end up ordering more LEDs. Here's the thing, Lee, I'm getting some power to some LEDs. So if I watch this and if I wiggle this around here. See that little flash then? So watch this row here. See, I am getting some power through them, but that's not giving me a full connection. And when I plug it in, it's not right. Now I can see some play in the connections here, so I'm thinking I need to drop the solder down a bit further just to get a harder connection, which is something obviously I'll have to do. So let's see if I can drop that down and see if that gives me a harder connection, because I am getting power through the LEDs. It's just not a lot, and some are getting more than others. But I think it's the connector at the moment. I think I will need to search that, but what I'm also going to do is I'm going to throw that into... I'm going to add that into the basket for now, and Sparkles is going to shout at me for it. And there is also a resistor assortment as well, which I think I'm okay on. I think I'm okay on the resistors. I don't need power supply boards. I don't need a lot of white LEDs or diodes. I mean, there are a lot of breadboards that I could go for. Circuit boards, in case you were wondering. But I don't think I need one of them either. I think if anything at the moment I need LEDs. No worries, Ali. Thank you very much for calling in. Yep, 10 o'clock, time for your bedtime. Off you go, up ready for work tomorrow. So let's grab the soldering iron. Got the soldering iron. And I'm going to try reseating that power connector. Just to help it hopefully connect properly, because it did seem a little bit, this does seem a little bit loose. But then again, so did it, where was it? There was one of these that was a bit loose. Yeah, that one there, that's a bit loose as well. So I need to reconnect that connection, just that one there, and then see if I can reseat a couple of these. Ah, the joys of trying to learn a new technique and new things. Why have I got a feeling I've forgotten something? I know what I've forgotten. Sparkles, could you wet that sponge for me? I'm trapped in with wires at the minute. Sparkles is trap capped. I'm electrically trapped. I win. The cat can move the electrical wires. Flood it, tip it out. That way I can test to see if my soldering iron's hot enough. And I need solder, and I need my flux. Who gives a flux? I gives a flux because I needs me flux. In fact, no, that's not gonna. Oh, ohms should work actually, because I do need to check the ohms on these things. Get off. Yeah, so the ohms are going through there, that's good. Thank you. So now I can... Steve! Steve. Welcome in, mate. Welcome in. I believe I sent you a copy of the song. I believe I did send you a copy of the song. Right. Bit of flux on there. And now... I think it's actually these two connections. That are not working right. And a wobbly-ding. I don't want to get... The thing is, I don't want to touch the board. But I do want to get the solder to drop down. But not touch the neck piece next to it, please. You know, like that. Don't do that. Because that one also wishes to be heated up. Or, in another case, lads, just take all the frigging solder off it. And hopefully that works. See, that's not wiggling about like it was now. Which is good. Put you back in the 1, 2, 3 blocks. Right. Beep, beep. Right, so now let's try and connect it back up again and see if that solves that issue. Hopefully it does. Yeah, you're powered on. Okay, well now why aren't you working? See, now my Bluetooth isn't working. Why is my Bluetooth not working now? I could call it death metal. See, why is my Bluetooth not working? It was working a minute ago. And I did something on this board. And now because I've done something on this board stopped working. Oh no. I saw a light flash then. Are you bent or something now? Okay, so I put it like that, and it works-ish. Yeah, no, that's working now. Or it was. There we go. That's flashing. But I'll let go of... Oh, don't tell me it's actually this lead. Because if it's actually the lead, this lead. See, it's right. So that's definitely not connected, right? Because if I've got to put a bit of pressure on it to get something to connect. I don't see what bit of pressure I can do that, to be quite honest. Right, so I've definitely reseated that. And I'm getting power through there. And as I wiggle about with this, see, the entire thing's wiggling. Whereas what I only want is that to stay on. Alright, this is getting frustrating now. See, there you go, I've got lights on. I've got lights flashing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of all of them are coming on. Yeah. I have been raiding the Met Boys workshop. I could do with more teeth. Now I've put something in to get more teeth, or to spend teeth on, and that's to get more of these. But I still have my sneaking suspicions that it's actually this section and these. Everything else seems to be working fine except for the speakers. Speakers don't seem to want to work either. So we'll plug them in. Right. Nothing else is wobbly. Turn Bluetooth off. I'll turn Bluetooth on because I want to make sure that there's power going into it first. So I know there is definitely power going through the board because I can see the little flashy light down here. See? See, I've been through the solder points on this one, on the little board, and they all seem to be working. Or at least something's going through them. So if I plug that in there, and then make sure that that's on. And then plug this into my phone. So that it comes up with that, thank you. Go to music, because that's where the ARC song is. In case anyone's wondering, me and Almuth has made an ARC song. Right, now that should now be playing. Let's volume up full. Can't hear jack diddly squat from a speaker. Can't hear jack diddly squat from that speaker. So let's turn Bluetooth off so it's not trying to put through Bluetooth. Do you want to know something, Lee? What I might end up doing is ordering another kit and either sending it to you or Graham and go, do us a favour, put that together, then send it to me. So I'm going to have to go back over all the solder points. I'm not looking forward to this. So right, there should be power running through that as we speak. We understand that point. Where's this lead gone? Alright, so turn that back to voltage. Nine. Nine bang-ons going through that. 9 bang-ons going through that. Where's the question though? Is it actually getting to the speaker? Is it getting to the speaker or is it shorting out when it gets here? No, it's 9 going straight to that one. Why are you laughing, Graham? Just because I said might just order another one and send it to 2 people who are capable of doing it in the first place. Community project. 8.9. So there's definitely power going to the speakers from here. So the only thing I can think of here is it's the 2 control chips. Chat with you on Discord. Lee, have you got your headphones up? Have you got your headphones up, Lee? We can do this better. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Properties. Start collaboration cam. And move the collaboration cam. Right, properties. Generate a new link. Copy that. Find Mr. Lee Anfield layout or Anfield Road layout. Give him said link. So here you go, Lee. This is the link to come up and join me. Who's having a bitch at me now? Yeah, Karas. Just because they asked who someone was. Jesus Christ. Get a life. So, Lee, I've sent you a link so you can just come here and go, Les, you're being an idiot, do this. Even if it is just a quick, no, you need to go do all that again. Right, okay. I need to change that video to capture device to desk. So you can see my desk and you'll see the chat box. Unplug power things. Because I don't want to shock myself and blow myself across the room. Done that before. And in the direction it's going to blow me now, it's mostly steel. Don't want to do that. I mean, I could chat in Discord, but then I come back with echoes and all sorts of stuff. Whereas if you just click the link, it lets me bring you up here. And only I echo to myself, which is bloody weird. But you're thinking, and I really need to resolder all the soldering, all them bits. It was hot. Right, which one was loose? One of these was loose. And I can't remember which one it was. It's definitely one of them. Where's my little pokey thing? It was that one. Which in turn means it's that one. Okay. So let's reconnect that one. Into hopefully a more solid connection. Check that Lee's joined or not. And rather than connect it, I just go and knocked all the freaking solder off. Where's my rosin? Dip that in there. Ooh, nice stringy bit. Ooh. Oh, you're not a homely. Okay. Problem is with Discord, if I bring it up now, it echoes. I suppose I could. No worries, I'll close that down. No worries, Lee. But you are on... Right. Have you got headphones on Discord? Headphones and mic? Which one was it I was just doing then? It was that one. And that should keep that as a better connection. Alright. Right, so if you can do on Discord, what I might do is, if I mute Okay, so desktop isn't getting anything that's coming through from Discord. So, properties, device, just default, that's fine. I'm gonna have to add a video audio output. Let's see if we can call it Discord. Now go to properties. No. So you get to go in the bin. You do the work. Yes, remove Discord. Add source. Let's see if we can add that. Default is microphone USB audio. Close you for a second. Desktop mic audio input is not right. And that says it's taken from a camera, not from USB microphone, which should be that. Oh no, it says default. Okay, that's no good. Properties default does catch that one as well, so that'll probably give me echo. That's not good. Right, so going off what Lee's been telling me, I'm gonna have to redo all these LEDs. I'm not looking forward to that. That took ages. But there are certainly some that don't look like they've got full connections on here in the first place. Problem is, I've made that much of a mess doing these. I'm probably going to be better off taking them off and redoing it. That's if I can't, like that one there. That one's not actually got anything on it, or if it has, it's barely there. Ah, don't burn your fingers, you muppet. So while I'm trying my best not to burn myself, on Friday, as I did post a picture, me and Northern took a trip to Element Games. Now, I was limited on how much I could spend. Sparkles made sure of that. Because, god damn, I could have spent a fortune in that shop. I could have spent an absolute fortune. But I didn't. I got essentially what I'm going to be missing out of, and I would still want for the World Eaters Army. I got all that. Right, Steve, you've said something, so you're going to have to answer the question. If I'm going to check them on this using whatever you just said, which setting do I need it to be on? So there we go, we're off. Which setting do I need to do that check? Because I know it's 3.2 or 2.2 volts. I know that. I believe I might also have just ended the call with Lee. Yeah, okay. Lasted 3 minutes. Didn't get enough off. Turned itself off. Fair enough. So yeah, I need to know what symbol. I don't know which symbol it is. Now, ohms makes me think that one. Because that's the omega symbol. It looks like ohms. So if it's to do that and put you up there, ideally where you can see the who do you whatchamacalls it, and then one ohm. No ohms. No, no. No ohms. No ohms. No ohms. Now, do I need it to have it power in? Go to the one with the speaker symbol. Okay. With the speaker symbol, touch the black and red together. Yep. I get a beep. Not very nice. No beep. Oh, wait a minute. Beep when I touch the metal bit, but not when I touch the pin. Right. No beep. 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 I got a little bit of a beep off that one. Why did I only get a little? So it's the LEDs. You know what that means? I go to basket. Oh. And I'm going to move one of them to the basket as well. Right, give me 1 minute. I'm just going to go speak to Sparkles and see if I can order this again. Fingers crossed. Because if I've got a spare backup of it all and extra LEDs, I should be able to do something. Close that window. That window's useless. So I need to... Graham, how do I heat sink? You're talking to a complete novice. You're lucky I even know what a soldering is. And I know the word tinning. That's about as far as I go. No. I don't use my bank, so there's no point sending me money. If I order it, it's essentially, if you wish to do that, Steve, get an Amazon gift voucher. Tell me the code, because that's where I ordered my stuff from. My current basket is £25.46. Now that's for 500 LEDs and a completely new one of these. Completely new Bluetooth speaker set. Which is why I'm going to go to Sparkles, because I might be able to get it all for £5.46. So I need to go ask her and see what she says. Because she's not come back down and she's run away. She's run away! But the replacement speaker set isn't due till end of March, beginning of April. So let me go find out. We'll see what Sparkle says. Yeah, but I don't use my bank, Steve, so there's no point sending me money because I don't actually know how to get into it. No money goes in, no money comes out, it's just there. Right, we have good news and we have great news. Right, okay. So we have instructions on how to do this off Graham and off Steve, which is good. So I've just spoke to Sparkles and she said I can order this now. So I'm quite literally ordering this now. Oh. No, right. No, you've got to apply for an Amazon Barclay card to get it for £5.46. No, I'm going to have to just order it for £25.46 then. Continue to check out. All going with that. So I should get the LEDs tomorrow. Yay. Which will mean stripping all the LEDs out and then putting them in. And I'm due to get the replacement speaker box on the 24th of March to the 2nd of April. That seems not too bad. So tomorrow, it looks like I'm going to be stripping out all the LEDs, taking all these out and replacing them. Now I do have somewhere some of, in case everyone's going, oh no, Laz is going to try taking it out. I do have some of this stuff, which I believe is for absorbing solder and removing solder from devices. So I'm not completely without use on it, but having an extra 500 LEDs means I can at least replace them all twice over. So with Graham's is keep the LEDs further away from the board as I'm soldering it on. So whereas I've got them pretty bloody tight there, Graham's saying leave a little bit more room. Which will be fine because obviously I have to mount it onto the inside of this. Which for now, I'll just strip this off now, just to show you what I mean by it has to go on the inside of this. This is all here to stop the spray from going over. or from going over too much so it doesn't go over. No, you don't. Do you? Do you need my email? If you need my email, that's fine. I can do it. I can do email. I just don't particularly. Yeah, there's no point in me giving my bank details out because they're useless. But that's my email. I was just gonna say, get the card, scratch the code off, type the code in. Do it the real caveman way. So, once I've took all this off, I can reapply this so it's not too bad. Eesh. Masking tape does not want to come off. Close enough. So I've kept the middle bit quite clear, even though it's been scuffed up. There is still a layer of essentially protective film over some of this, so it will come off clear by the time I've finished with it. It's just a protective layer on this side. This side's nice and clear, but these will go behind. Like, no, where's the buttonhole? There's the buttonhole. So as long as that button's still going through and I can press it, I do still have space underneath there to keep them a little bit longer. In fact, there are spacers, aren't there? I've got a bag of spacers and things to attach it to. Now the instructions, none of the instructions actually tell you how to apply these ones. And I need something safe to put them in for now, so I can tip them back into. I mean, there are, for those people, as Steve has just offered to, like, send me monies, there are many different ways you can do that, either through Patreon, through Buy Me a Coffee, by getting more people to come and subscribe to me. That one would do it as well, because eventually that'll push me high enough so that people can do things like super chats. Not saying that's what you've got to do, but it's just one of the quicker and easier methods of actually sending me money without everyone having to give loads of details out. So obviously, if I start giving my details out, people will want them. And as much as I trust Steve, I don't trust Discord. I trust Steve enough that he knows my address, put it that way, and could turn up at my door whenever he wished. Because let's face it, once you've got my address, I can't really stop you, can I? So it's the same with Graham and Buzzard and a few other people as well. If they ever wish to turn up at my door, I can't stop them. They have my address. They have my address because they are welcome at my home. I know the way I've put it might not have sounded that way, but I'm a bit weird like that. Just because you're welcome at my home doesn't mean I'm going to sit there and tell everyone, hey, open arms, woo! Right, so let's disconnect some stuff so I can see how much room I do actually end up with by the end of this. And disconnect the soldering iron because I don't think I'm going to need that until tomorrow. So we're going to need that. Hopefully, does that fit through there, or is that too big? That's too big. which means there must be smaller ones somewhere. Sorry, I'll turn you off. Bloody beeping at me. Which means there must be a smaller screw somewhere to go into here. There we go. So then hopefully that fits through. There. No. So then it must be the really small ones. So not that size one. If I can even pick one of these up, because these are really small. It's going to be one of these size ones, and then the ridiculously bleeding tiny screws. Let's just check, because they're so small it's going to be difficult to just... There we go. So now we get this lined up again on here. So that's going to go there. That's going to go on the back of that there. And we need to do that 4 times. And this should show me how much room I have to play with when it comes to messing around with the lights, and how much room I can give on the lights. Which should be fun. So there's number 3 and there's number 4. And then there's the screws for them. And then I need 4 for the back. 1, 2. So after tonight we've figured out it's the LEDs. LEDs are screwed. Which is why I've ordered a crap load more of them to arrive tomorrow. And if I have messed something else up, I've got a spare one coming, and I need, because the actual project isn't due to be finished till October, what I can do is put this to one side until I've got the stuff that I need, and then retry. But you've no need to. I've already ordered them now, Steve, so don't have to bother with Amazon cards or out like that. I mean, if you send me one, I will gladly put it on there, and it will go towards other things, towards the project. Because there are a few things I would like. For instance, I picked up a set of Gretchen the other day when I went into Element Games, just so I've got more Gretchen to put on around the stage. Right. So that is the pins in there, and for the purpose of making it easier, I'm going to disconnect again. This might be the reason why I'm having so much problems with it, because I'm reconnecting and disconnecting and reconnecting and disconnecting. That might not help. And let's see actually how much space it leaves us now. Once we put these micro screws in. I mean, these are really small screws. In fact, where are my keys? My keys have my glasses screwdriver on it, and they will be that would be perfect for doing these. That would be perfect. Thank you for anyone who has stayed so far as well, because this has been a particularly boring stream. I do understand that. But at least I figured out it's the bloody LEDs. Yeah, that's not too hot anymore. That can go on something a little safer. That I'm not going to knock it off. Right, keys with screwdriver on. And when I say I've actually got a set of keys with a screwdriver on it, it's a tiny little. So you see, unscrew. But in this case, I actually need the other side. So yay. Bring this up on here just so you can actually see me screwing these in. And this will, as I said, this will tell me how much room I've got then for future rooms and reorganizations, like redoing the LEDs. Although I am tempted to just send them all to Graham Ollie and go, do me a favour, dude, can you make this? Graham's going to be extremely busy though, because he's got ChillCon coming. And he's got the 70 odd mil cat range to do. So it may end up being Lee that I speak to and ask him a huge favour. The same way that I asked Almuth to do the music for the samples and stuff. Right, so the top two are in. I do have a good couple of mil clearance there. Okay. No. No, I have not, Steve. He's what? Where we're looking. Ah, okay. Fair enough, right, I'll go check. I can go check that from here. Thank you, Steve. Thank you so much. I mean, this entire project is here because of you, so I can't deny that. But thank you so much for that donation. I shall go double check it now because obviously we don't want anything going wrong. Just so happens that I have my emails open at the minute. Steve. No. And we send that to the account holder. What? No, that is not what I wanted to send as a recipient. I had at least one recipient. I did! Right, now hopefully that works. Fingers crossed. I've sent it to the account holder because I realised that sending it to me doesn't actually work because I'm not the account holder, but I can never remember which bloody email she uses, so send it to me and I forward it. And if there's any complications from there, then I will have to put it on my account, but she pays for Prime, so it makes sense. Right, so let's see. What's Graham telling you? Heatsink. Solder the board on something that absorbs heat so it helps to protect the LEDs. That's why I suggested beading the solder on the iron first because it's less time. Yep, which I started doing towards the end. Thank you for that. Another way to avoid it is to solder the LEDs further down the wire instead of having them squeezed up to the board, which is what we just figured out. We can actually. So if I was to put all the LEDs in, put them on this board, essentially screw it in at the corners to hold them in place, then that'll allow me to keep the LEDs right up to the edge of the plastic, which if I take, it's on the, must have been it's on the other bloody side. Yeah, it is, it's on the other side. So if I take the plastic off this side, it does come through quite clear and nice. So let's just, in fact no, let's leave that one screwed in before I drop that. And I will speak to Sparkles in a moment to go check her emails. See, that's all lopsided now. So if I try to put a screw in there, that's not going to bloody work, is it? Let's loosen that one off a bit. I'll loosen that one off a bit. Now try and get you to fit into that one. This is just so I can take it off the other side. And it doesn't take all the pins off. And I can remove it, and then you can actually see through the. Oh, it's magnetic. No, it was magnetic. There we go. Something is coming very, very close to that, which I believe is a resistor, which is not necessarily a good thing. Now take those screws out. Where the fuck have you just dropped? There it is. Found it. No panic. Don't panic. Found it. So I have finally got there. No worries, Steve. I mean, you sent me the entire. You give me the idea. You sent me the base. What is going to be the basis of it. I still have a lot of what you sent me. Some of the cardboard stuff I've taken off because it's dipped and things. So I've taken some of those off. Obviously, he's not a DJ anymore. He's a rock star. So he doesn't have his decks anymore. He has a full-blown band behind him now. So there we go. We can take. See, it's nice and clear actually. If we actually bother to try and do it right. So it will come through quite clearly and nicely once we get it lined up. Thing is, we've just got to get it lined up right, and then we've got to get all the LEDs on. Now, knowing now that I have a few extra millimeters to spare, when the other LEDs turn up, I can use that to my advantage. The only issue I really have at the minute is one component, which is this one, which butts up a little bit too far away from these. So when I try and put this on, it doesn't quite line up because that touches. Solder beep, solder beep. So sounds like a good plan to me, mate. Sounds like an extra good plan. So when I'm redoing the lights, it'll be solder beep, solder beep, solder beep, solder beep. But just for now, and to keep it all roughly in place, and I do say roughly, because at least with this then I know where the board's going to fit, and I know roughly what it's got to look like. And I do know that I have sprayed the wrong sides of each one, and because I done it that way, I'm going to have to redo the painting side. So that's roughly what the front's supposed to look like. But as I said, the bloody thing isn't working at the minute. So I'm going to give it one more go now it's actually attached, just to see if it makes a blind bit of difference. Look, if it makes, just by putting it on this, it makes it work, I'm going to be happy. I don't think that's going to happen, but you never know until you try, do you? Really? So let's span that over those two. Get the USB back. Well, the power lead. Plug it in. See, they're staying on. Sorry, if I move that, I'll go away. See, they're staying on now. They were always flickering. They were always flickering. But now those ones are actually staying on. So it does prove that I do have power running through it. So what you're saying is like do one, skip one, 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 do it, and then work it across that way. That could be nice. See, now why, once I've screwed it on, is it now staying in place and it's working? Well, they are tiny screws. Where are they? These, they're like 2-3 mil, about a mil wide. They're not big screws. And where's my screwdriver? Yeah, there we go. So that's the approximate size of the screw. As I said, they're about 2 or 3 mil long, about 1.5 mil wide, and an extremely close thread. No, I'm not. Oh yeah, these are the ones that go between there and hold the rest of the damn thing together. These are the ones that hold this board. See, now I've lost power until I move it a little bit. Move it a little bit and I gain power back. But again, I've only got so many lights, which is what's making me think it is the lights that I've screwed up on, because some of them work and some of them don't. That tells me it's the lights that I'm hooked up on. So, working project Wednesday might very well be more soldering. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yes, forgot. I've got to go do something now. Graham. Thank you. And can thank you to stiff as well, but I've got a lot to look at now. Yeah. Between the two of you, you just paid for everything. Including this set. This set and the one that's coming. Between the two of you, you've just done the bloody lot. Message Sparkles to check emails. There we go. So we've checked for... See, that's gone off again. So it's almost like it has to be at certain... specific angles for it to work. That's not a bad idea actually, if I can fit a wash, because they do screw in by enough. Because there's... I can leave them standing off the perspex by about 1 millimetre. So if I can get a 1 millimetre washer to go in there. I know I shouldn't be doing this with the power going in, but it's me. And as I said, I've already been electrocuted once and survived. I should be alright. I should be alright. So if I was to just screw that in there, just till it catches. It still leaves me with about a millimetre. As soon as I push that as far as it can go, and it's only this bottom corner one where it is that I can't actually push as far as it'll go. It just pushes it right up against the actual thing itself anyway. So the power connection looks slightly dodgy, but that might be because it's not actually set in the case yet, and there's definitely problems with these LEDs. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 6 of them lighting up out of 138. That is not a good thing. That is not a good thing. But all my other LEDs are going to arrive tomorrow, which will mean, because I'm no longer doing Combat Patrol Wednesdays, because, oh, guess what? It turned up on Friday. That was good, weren't it? I've told the woman in the shop I won't be buying it anymore. I might come in and try and get a Lord Invocatus if I can, just because that's a ridiculously cheap model for the price that you're paying for it. But I won't be getting any more from it. I've already bought the extra 20 Corn Berserkers. I've put 10 of them together just because watching me doing it twice is... I mean, this is boring, but watching me do the same thing twice is a different level of boring. So I'm going to put this one in just to keep it in place so I don't lose the screws and the stuff that I've put in there. And then the rest of them can go in the bag, waiting for it to be put together. And then when I actually want to do this, I can just disconnect them from the other side. If this last screw wants just to go in, that is. This last screw doesn't want to go in. And why would it want to go in? It's not like it's essential to the fucking build or anything. I've got one screw's just fallen on the fucking floor. Right. This is where having 2 giant magnets does come in handy. But I think Graham's little idea of not having loads of things really close to the Yep, listing stuff can go sucker donkeys. And it can suck on it hard. So now we take this big magnet, which is, I know it's a speaker, but it's still a big magnet. Or we get really, really lucky and we actually spot it. How good was that? Where's the other one though? So there's one, there's the other one. And one should have fallen out. Which is not that, that's a bit of solder. There it is. So, get that bit. We tries our best to hold it in. Aha. We get pliers. Yeah, listing stuff is a pain. I mean, I've listed stuff just on eBay and that's a pain in the ass. Never mind having to list it for your own site where you've got to make up everything, including all the templates. It is not fun. It's like as much fun as me doing this right now. Don't get me wrong, I am slightly enjoying myself, but I'm also getting extremely fucking frustrated. Because this just is not wanting to work. There we go. And now we can come in at the easier side with the other one and put it in place. So once I've put this in, I will be ending for tonight because I'm going to wait for the LEDs to arrive on Wednesday. Not Wednesday, Tuesday. It's an end of March and I get another speaker system just in case I have broken this. With my intention to have it all done by October. So if these LEDs don't work and it's not the fix that I want, then I'll just start again. If it does kind of work but doesn't work properly, I'll request somebody who's got more experience to say, can you have a go at it, see if you can get it to work. Obviously I can take it apart after a certain degree and then do the colouring and things, and that just means I've got to concentrate on the aesthetics for the stage. Speaking of which, the aesthetics for the stage, I have made a slight change in plan. What a surprise, I've changed my mind partway through something. The actual stage, I was going to do 2 angled pieces, when I've realised I don't need to actually do 2 angled pieces. What I figured is, these sections here fit nicely. Where's the ones that I put the bottoms on? There's one of the ones that I put a bottom on. And it does actually fit quite nicely in there. So it can be flat and then get the other one. And it goes nicely in there. And then from that point, I can build up the rest of the stage. Where the speakers are going to go. And then the drummer's gonna go a little bit further forward and we've got the singer up at the front. So we have got it. But we do also, I have also dry brushed off all the band. So we do have the guitarist who has got a huge chopper. and he's playing it with some kind of claw. Obviously, you've all seen the bassist already with his buzzsaw bass. The drummer now has drums. And the singer is now dackered up with his wrong facing mic, which is essentially a power coil. So the band is ready, and now just got to work on the actual stage itself. That we'll be doing no worries. I shall have a look through it. I was asking Sparkles the other night because obviously she's the one more this is aimed at rather than me, and it's more see how much she thought the prices were and were willing. The ones we was talking about the other night, she seemed to think they were reasonable. So I'll ask her to have a look and see what she says, because she's going to be the one who wants them. So Wednesday, let's talk about Wednesday, because as I said, I'm rolling down to the end of this stream now because I'm frustrated, but I've managed to find out what the problem is. I think, and we think it's the LEDs. So I've ordered a crap load more. So hopefully it is the LEDs and I can sort them out quite easily. Wednesday is either going to be LED replacement day, or I'm going to finish off what I have for the World Eaters. Now, as I said, and you've already seen, I bought 2 boxes of these. Now this one's not been opened. 2 boxes of World Eaters. The other one, not only has it been opened, not only has the other one been opened, they have all also been built ready. Excellent. So it is doable, Steve. Awesome. So I just need to go out and find a load of 1mm washers. I should be able to find them from like Screwfix or something, shouldn't I? So that shouldn't be too difficult. It's just finding the right small ones. But I have built the other 10. So I only have 10 to build on stream. Thank goodness. Still got 20 to paint, but I've also bought 10. I only bought 10. But along with buying them, which is, again, as I said, 20 Corn Berserkers, to go with this project, because I do have a limit of grots that I have. I don't have a lot of grots. Oh. Thank you very much. Right, so you put the washer on the Perspex side, and that stops any cracking then, doesn't it? That does stop cracking. That does stop a lot of cracking. So at least you've told me which way around it goes. Thank you. To go along with the Orcs, they need Gretchen crew. So I did pick up another box of Gretchens just to help out and be rigging what sits and bits to spot. So a lot of work to do. So it's not all electrical. Not electrical. This Thursday I will not be doing electrical. I'm going to be either building or painting. I've got a feeling I'm going to be painting at least one of the band members, if not 2, hopefully. That'll be good if I can get 2 done. But at least get around to painting one of the band members on Thursday. As I said, Wednesday's either going to be building World Eaters or, or soldering LEDs. That should be fun. AI painted image. ROGUES. Now I just want to type Rogue's Den in this time, don't I? Bam! Rogue's Den. Rogue's Den Hobbies came up first. Yeah. Oh. So So you've got the Burmese, you've got the Devon Rexes, you've got the British Shorthairs, you've got the Bengals. See, £6 a piece, isn't it? £6 for a pair, sorry. Not a piece, £6 a pair. American Shorthairs, American Curl Hairs, American Wire Hairs, Bally's. Oh no, that's not too bad. So it's like £6 for a pair of a specific breed. That's not bad at all, actually. £45 if you want the domestic cat collection, and none of the domestic cat collections are the actual breeds. I mean, you might get one or two of the actual breeds in with that set, by the looks of it, but they look more general house catty, so you could paint them kind of however you want. So if I was gonna, yeah, they look more like the Burmese cats, just general cats, like the Burmese or the Bengal. Because I think mine's technically a Bengal, but she's mixed. It's weird. And yeah, American short hairs and wire hairs as well. You'll get by the looks of it, you get cats similar to that in the big bundle. But the action he poses, one of them's licking his belly, one of them's playing with twine on a box. Two of them are having a fight. One's really puffed up like he's about to have a fight. One of them's covered in string. One's yawning, one's licking out. I mean, the actiony ones, they look really nice, but it is a collection. If you are after, nope, yeah, $5.99, bargain, absolute bargain, especially for cat lovers. If you want your cat and you want to paint it like your cat, £6 for a pair of models, that's nice. That's not too bad. So Wednesday is either World Eaters or or soldering, and it's solder beep, solder beep, solder beep, solder beep, solder beep. Yay. That's provided I can get all the LEDs out of the goddamn board in the first place without messing that up. Oh, you'll be listing the actiony pose one separate. That's fine, but the $5.99 price point, I'm good with that. I will be ordering a few. Not yet. I've got to wait till the end of October. But I will be ordering a few. And I've got a feeling that once I've finished this project, cats are coming back on Thursdays. No. No. I thought I'd finish with them with Cats in Catacombs. Apparently not. Graham's going to keep me with enough Thursday stuff going for years at this rate. Just because he's going to get Sparkles as a customer. It's going to be hilarious. So thank you very much for everybody, anyway, for helping me sort this out and find out what I need to do. And what I need to do is sort looking power connection out and sort all the LEDs out. Once I've done them, I can break it down into other things and try and get replacements and things for them. Steve sending me some extra fundage just so I can get resistors and things like that. Thank you very much, mate. That is going to go to good use. But until Wednesday, now I'm not sure what time Wednesday, because I sometimes did early and sometimes did late depending on the magazine, but I'm not doing the magazine anymore. I'm not sure whether it's going to be an early or late one. If the kids are in school, I might just make it an all-day one and just crack on for hours. You'll get a couple of breaks in it, but I'll be going for ages. So again, thank you for everybody who's come to see me tonight, and I hope you all enjoy your evening and have a good tomorrow, and I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. Drive safe. Does this work now? Oh yeah, I've got to take me off, haven't I?
Copy.